Hello, everyone, and welcome to the wild beyond the Witchlight. Our very fun, carefree, nothing bad will happen, I guarantee it. Game of D&D here on the Long Lost Lore Twitch channel. My name is Philip, I'm the Dungeon Master, and these are some of our wonderful players. Say hello, players.
Hello, players.
Hello, players.
Yay! We are
We all
missing
made the same joke.
we are missing a couple of players tonight. One because of a non-functional computer. Actually, Tyler texted me. This is funny. He texted me and said, "I don't think my PC is going to be functional tonight." In my RPG-focused brain, I immediately said, "His player character is not going to be functional." Oh, okay, interesting idea for the game tonight. And then I realized he meant, personal computer. And then we have another player out because of the extreme wind here in Southern California that is blowing outside my window and making a lot of noise. So hopefully we don't all have our power knocked out at some point here, but I'll just say that here at the top. We have some very fun stuff going on tonight, in-game and out. I will mention that we have the final round of our voting for our Halloween extravaganza on Sunday, October 31st, which for those of you who are not familiar with American culture, that is actual Halloween, not just a day in the season of it. That will be in place of our Here Be Dragons game that week. And we have two fun options, and we have taken 2 of our 3 polls have already been conducted. The final one will happen towards the end of tonight's session here. Right now, a Scottish Gothic horror game is leading 379 votes to 287 for a super lethal dungeon crawl. So yeah.
How do we vote?
There will be a poll in chat after we finish the game, but before we log off tonight, there'll just be kind of a poll, and you can vote, and you can use channel points. Some people have been using a lot of channel points. Yes, I see. Well, you used a couple. You used 5 figures of channel points, I would believe. Bring on the Kelpies. An interesting thought for a Scottish Gothic horror game. So we will be we'll be doing that poll in a little while. We've been having a lot of fun in some of our other shows as well. I urge everyone to check out both Blood from a Stone and Here Be Dragons, where I think they've all forgiven me on Here Be Dragons for my mean twist in Session 0. Session 1/2 went a lot more congenially. But we're not really here to talk about that tonight. We are here to venture, hopefully into the Feywild, but for now, to the happiest place on the material plane, the Witchlight Carnival. When we last left our group who had been invited here by Zybilna, the Archfey of Prismere, people seemed to be having a fairly good time, although some members of the group were a little less enthused with this opportunity than others. And the woman with amazing skin, too, who is kind of leading you all through your VIP experience. At least she's operating your VIP tent, and she kind of got you in and everything. She has said a few things that have put a couple of members of the party, specifically Rival and Olanius, a bit, if not on edge, then at least on guard to an extent. She's referenced some kind of program you may all be a part of. That seems a little, maybe not exactly what you signed up for, which at this point is you just answered a letter inviting you to Prismere and the Palace of Heart's Desire at its center. So far at this delightful carnival, you remind me of some things we did. You guys rode a lot of rides. You drank.
There's the bubbles, the dragonflies.
Rode dragonflies, bubbles.
There's the theft, and then the gaslighting that no theft happened.
That's right. There was Fritzy.
There was no theft. The cards just went missing and then magically reappeared somewhere
There
else.
it is.
The cards went missing, and we'll kind of get to some stuff with that. Yes, Eliwick Tumblestrum, a very prominent gnomish bard, who's popular and kind of really embraces kind of a mid-century aesthetic for some reason, along with her sort of white-toed familiar Groke. They are, she had a deck of cards in her pocket, which Fritzy managed to pocket while they were put together as 2 smallish creatures on a flying dragonfly to tour over the beautiful Witchlight Carnival. And Eliwick, upon seeing they were lost, got very nervous. She seemed very worried, but the cards magically reappeared inside the VIP tent amongst some sort of serving dishes, because for level 1 characters, y'all have some serious stats. And Fritzy had some very high sort of sleight of hand rolls, both to pick the pocket and to put it somewhere else. However, Eliwick does not seem completely at ease by having the cards returned to her, as she indicates that one of them is missing, and she's looked through it several times, and she says she cannot find one of the cards. And though Tsu is encouraging all of you to practice radical acceptance, we're not definitely sure that Eliwick is in that point. However, Max Mika, your satyr VIP guide, who is in, and I have to admit a misstatement on my part, which came from my ignorance of fabric patterns. I described the special wings of Max Mika as being checkered, and apparently checkered and plaid are not the same thing.
No.
So they are a
they're
sort of
plaid?
They are red plaid with like a blue undertone.
Oh.
Does anybody understand maybe what that's referencing for the VIP guide?
Similar to certain
Anyway,
tour guides elsewhere in our.
I did
was-
think checkered was weird, but I was like, I'm not gonna tell him how to run his game. Like,
so you knew what I was trying to reference?
no, I just
Oh.
you said checkered, and I was like, oh, but they wear plaid. Okay, well
They're
he means
plaid.
checkered. And then
I meant plaid, and I wish everyone had corrected me immediately, because I couldn't be more embarrassed. That's
Well, it
not
could be
true.
different in this world.
Yeah, not here though. It's definitely plaid.
Well, now we're gonna correct you all the time. You've opened a
Please,
horrible.
if it is on the
Wrong.
subject of fabrics and patterns and colors, like if I say something is mauve and it's not mauve, I want to know that it's not mauve.
No.
Okay.
I want it to
I'm
be
not gonna tell
very
you.
very specifically. If I misuse taupe, I'm a dope. If I'm
get
wrong
it.
about mauve, I gotta walk off. Okay, listen, guys, a lot of fun here. A lot of fun here on the channel. Sometimes we do good work, and
So we don't.
tonight is shaping up to be a different kind of night. But we will sort of cut back as Max Mika is telling you that the big top extravaganza will be beginning soon. Eliwick still seems a little bit worried about something, about these cards. And she is in fact going to sort of step over to Tsu. What is everyone's passive perception? Sorry, I don't have that handy.
12.
Alexis has 13.
12, 13. Okay. In that case, Alexis and Fritzy hear this. Rival, do you know what yours is?
No, because it's not readily available, and I forget the math.
What is your modifier for perception?
It is. You can't ask me these things.
I mean, I actually, it's like the main
Plus
thing.
3.
Plus 3. Okay, so as it
13.
happens, actually, all three of you, perhaps your Heron friend with her ears also hears this. I'm not sure, but we'll sort of focus on you guys because for whatever reason, we'll say that your Heron friend, Calix, short scarf, she's very like fixated on something she's kind of hidden inside of her, jacket. Might rhyme with toad hammer, or just be the word toad hammer. Whereas an Olanius seems fixated on, I don't know, finding his missing kid or something. And so the three of you are sort of more focused, but all three of you actually hear Eliwick saying to sort of Tsu, like, okay, I'm a little bit worried that this is, because if that card, if you touch some of these cards, the one that's missing in particular can kind of bond to you, and it's really bad. So did you touch it, or were you over there touching where they were found? Because we might need to get like some clerics or something. And Sue is saying, "Oh, I don't think I touched anything, but I definitely am willing to sort of maybe talk to a druid, not so much a cleric. And I have some druidic magic, so I can like perform. But like I already perform a lot of purification rituals." And Ellie was kind of like, "Right, I don't know that those are actually going to." But she's trying to talk kind of quietly, so Sue's matching her a bit. Max Meek is kind of indicating everyone should go ahead and head to the big top.
Okay, shall we then?
Okay. So we didn't hear that conversation?
You heard that conversation.
did.
Oh, we heard that?
Yeah.
Okay. What, Claire? Why? Why would we need?
Well, okay. The card that's missing,
We've all been around you all day, so I'm just curious.
the card that's missing, it's a card called Infestation, and there's these. Do you know who Cuse is? He's this demonic figure, and basically sometimes that card can go inside someone, and then there's these worms that kind of start wriggling around inside of you and start burrowing themselves out, and it can be really bad.
A really quick question. From her saying infestation, does Alexis know that it's a deck of many things from that?
Make an Arcana check
Okay.
as you sort of rack your brain on such matters.
Arcana, I have an 11. I rolled low.
I will say, with your sort of knowledge of the deck, I think there's already been some indications it's the deck. You are not familiar with that card with an 11.
Okay. All right, so then.
Would I also, seeing as I have a vested interest in this, be able to do an Arcana check?
Sure, you can do an Arcana check.
Since
Are you
Alexis
and are
doesn't
you
know-
proficient in Arcana as well, Fritzy?
I'm not proficient.
Go ahead and make an Arcana check then.
Since Alexis doesn't know it's a deck of many things, but she does hear all about that infestation stuff, she will go, "Ew, Ellie." So
Ellie's like, I'm sorry, I should have put a trigger warning on that. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, no, it's a 7. I don't know shit.
Yeah, you're unfamiliar with that. But she's like, and they just sort of, I've seen it happen, and then these, actually, trigger warning on this, maybe I shouldn't describe it. It gets really bad, and then in whatever's left of the body, the card is usually found. Oh, I can't believe they got away. This is really bad. But all the rest of them are definitely here. And she's like looking at them very carefully. They're all here.
I mean, if you've been carrying them around, they could have fallen out and bonded to anyone at the fair,
They
right?
can't. I mean, they really couldn't fall out. I have them tied up inside this pocket, and again, it would take like a DC 25 sleight of hand check to undo them without me noticing. It's crazy. The toad on her shoulder is kind of.
Well, I don't feel very comfortable after having been very close to you on the ride. I think you should have warned me that you were carrying something that could have.
Well, as long as they're in my hands, they're not dangerous at all. They're actually very nice.
I think as a courtesy, we should all go through this decontamination process just to.
Oh, okay.
I think I can do that. And she will prestidigitation.
Prestidigitation. All right, so using the cantrip of prestidigitation, kind of cleaning everyone up, and Ellie looks like, oh, that's like, and Sue will just, in response to receiving this, go, be well, thank you. I appreciate this arcane magic washing over me. Thank you so much. Be well. Max Meek is like, we really should. Okay, the show might start, but that's fine. This is but Eliwick says, no, I don't have the means of doing it. We'd have to find like a cleric or someone around here. But like, I mean, is anyone feeling weird? Does anyone feel like worms inside of them, or a sense that there's an invader inside their mind trying to guide their actions?
I don't think I do.
Okay, well that's good.
I don't at the moment, but if I do start to feel that, do I have to still accept that to get the good skin?
Sue will say, radical acceptance means we accept a lot of things. Who knows? It's entirely possible that these, is it Spawn of Kyus? And she's like, Yeah, typically. It's entirely acceptable these spawn of Kios are going to leave us with better skin than we had before.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes, there are techniques where we put our foot in water with little fish that chew away the cuticles, If you guys know what fish and that's called, please let me know.
Ew, yeah.
I'm
No.
familiar with it, but yeah. But no, it can be and it can be really bad, and it can kind of it can really get in people's minds and really mess with people.
Okay, well, I'm having a heightened sense of disappointment at the current situation. Can we move on? Because I'm assuming that's not the worms in my brain.
I mean, if we all feel fine, then we're probably fine, right?
Fritzy, I need for you to make me an intelligence saving throw.
Oh no.
Mm-mm.
Okie dokie. Wait, where am I? There it is. Okay. Saving throw, right? Yeah.
And actually,
Actually, what?
yeah, just make the int save.
In save?
Yeah.
Okay, I rolled an 18. So that gets me to 24.
You actually have disadvantage on this roll.
Alright, roll again. 16. So that gets me to 22. Yes.
You do feel a bit of like a shiver, like down your spine, and you almost feel like your skin tingling, but it doesn't take. You think it's just your own mind playing tricks on you.
Okay. It's psychosomatic.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Nothing to worry about. This could be bad.
But Ellie's just like, okay, well, Sue, if you're the last person who maybe touched it, we should go find a cleric probably. And Maximique's like, if we want to see the big top, we should probably go now. And she starts, leading everyone that way.
Yes, I would like to see the show in the big top.
Wonderful.
Yes,
Everyone,
Okay.
are we?
I think we're all gonna go.
You guys go. Ellie Wick will actually not. She will stay with Sue, and she's gonna like try to convince Sue to get some divine medicine instead of working on her more sort of traditional folk medicines that she prefers. Sue kind of doesn't completely trust like divine healing and the divine healing and industrial complex. She's not all about it. She prefers the sort of more primal kinds of healing, which I get. So with that, you guys make your way to the big top. So you are sort of walking, if you look at your little map there, you're walking out of your 5-topped sort of spire-domed thing, and you head over to the big top. And within the big top, there is a major event going on. Huge crowd, everyone just like cheering and laughing at a bunch of acrobats doing tricks in the center of a 3-ring sort of setup. Very circus-like. You guys get it. As you're in there, and I'm having to pull up the right thing here. Timed events, extravaganza. You, however, see that at the sort of center of all of this, hanging from a hoop, and you guys are actually led to seats right in the front row that have been saved for you, and you get a lot of very, like, dirty looks from people as they kind of, as you're showing up late, as kind of some, trapeze artists are finishing up their stuff. There is this lithe elven figure, and he's sort of sitting in a hoop that's hanging from the ceiling above. His suit is made of diamond pane mirrors, and he has butterfly wings, but he also has this scepter in his hand that's spinning around like a weather vane. And his name is Mr. Light, and he actually introduces himself as that and proceeds to sort of charm and delight the crowd with various acts of miming and clownery and all sorts of fun stuff before he...
Is he wearing a mushroom cap top?
No, I think it's just kind of like tipped over.
Just red.
It's like a jester's hat almost, but they're all swooped to one side. And as you guys all sort of go in there, you see a bugbear come out performing feats of strength. And I mean, you've missed a little of the show, but over the course of an hour, it's a pretty good show that you're watching. It's pretty entertaining here. You see a mermaid is brought out in this large bowl, and she sings a beautiful song. And she's kind of in like it's a bowl that has like a clamshell coming out of the back of it. Very almost, a Birth of Venus. Look to it. Her song is beautiful. Next, a mime named Candlefoot comes out and starts to do some various, mime routines and silent jokes, and it's all very entertaining. You also see a coordinated kind of aerial display by several fairy dragons who sort of have streamers on and are spinning about and doing all sorts of crazy stuff. And as the show goes on, it's not so good.
It's never a good sign when Philip says it's not so good.
No, it's not so good for the people who were attempting to do stuff. With your passive perceptions, in fact, all, even with a -5 penalty for being distracted at disadvantage, all three of you notice a sort of cloaked figure moving kind of like around the outside of the crowd, picking pockets. Not really near you, but this kind of hooded figure, and if you want to look more closely, you can sort of do so, but all of you notice this person.
What's the name of our tour guide?
Max Mika.
Max Mika. Alexis will kind of tap her on the shoulder and say, Max, is that part of the show? Because I would like to be excluded from that specifically.
Is what part of the show?
That cloaked figure that looks like he's stealing things, is that part?
That cloaked figure who looks like he's stealing things. I will have her roll a perception check to see if she can spot it. She definitely can with a 17. This person rolled garbage, even though they're very good at sleight of hand. And she, in fact, doesn't say, "Oh, thank you so much for pointing that out. Excuse me, please." And she kind of heads over, and before you know it, there's a good deal of hubbub. And that person is actually removed from the tent without your direct interference, so we don't even have to go down the road with all that, what that stuff was. Great. So the show continues, and it's very entertaining. And at the end of it, this kind of figure, Mr. Light, kind of comes back up, having done like another flip down, and is going to say, "Thank you all so much, but the Witchlight Carnival is nothing without you. If there are any here who wish to perform for us, the stage is open. Please, if you think you have what it takes to delight your fellow carnival goers, please come out. Perhaps you could do a flip or two, show off some acrobatic maneuvers, or maybe you could recite some poetry. Perhaps you could do a song and dance. If anyone has such abilities, now's the time." Here we have, and he kind of looks around, and he seems to, actually, all of you, are any of you proficient in insight?
I might be.
Alexis, you see him kind of glance over at Max Mika, and she gives him a shaking of the head. Why don't you make an insight check on
that? That is a 16.
A 16. I should roll for him just as a...
I'm proficient.
Ooh.
I'm not very good at it.
No, yeah, but proficient means you can make the check. I think with a 16 and the way she's shaking her head, he was like expecting something over there. You think he assumed Eliwick would be here, and he was going to ask her to come up and do a song for everyone. He probably figured that would be, with her being famous and whatnot.
Makes sense.
So, but he seems to now be saying that, seeing that she's not here, he kind of just deflects that pretty smoothly. You know, it's hard to even detect anything was wrong. But he's like, oh, yes, so if anyone would like to entertain and regale us, now is the time.
Go on, Alexis. Do your skincare routine.
I haven't learned it yet.
Well, I think your skin looks great as it is. Yeah, if any of you wanted to perform something, please go ahead.
See, now I feel like I was so close to keeping her as a bard. I was so close. She would have gone up there 100%.
I have my okay. So I have. Does anyone have like a small glass goblet? I have a very small trick.
Can I look under the seats to see if anyone has not properly discarded their
You can
trash?
definitely find a goblet.
I don't know why Rival's all
Or
about
some sort of large
Sure.
glass bowl, just something.
Yeah,
small.
you could find that underneath a chair. And in fact, a couple of people get up and start telling some jokes down there. I will roll jokes for commoners.
I will hand the
The
bottle
first
to-
joke is bad. It is I don't know, it's a joke of like it's a blonde joke or something. But about, I don't know, goblins, and everyone's just like it like doesn't even get booze, it just gets nothing. The second human who goes up there and tries to tell some jokes does pretty good, rolls a 15, better than average. People laugh out of probably discomfort for the first joke. That's getting a little more play, that's getting a little more action. Regale us with the exact joke. The first one says, I'll do a mean one. He goes, how do you get a one-armed goblin to fall out of the tree? Wave. Rival laughed anyway. Then the other guy, he's kind of doing more like more like traditional stance, but he's like, hey, you guys ever notice that like when a paladin, anyone hear paladins? Anybody hear paladins? Anybody notice that when I don't have a microphone, I don't know why he's holding that. You guys ever notice when a paladin, when they walk into the tavern, they always walk in like this? Right? We're wizards, though. We know how wizards walk in, right? Come on, do it with me now. Guys, that's my time. Thank you so much. Anyway. But so you now have a little glass bowl, Fritzy. Are you going to do something with it?
No, I don't know. Now I'm thinking it's kind of close-up magic.
Doesn't work on a large scale. Understandable.
No.
Rival, you don't seem like the attention-seeking,
Absolutely not.
performing type.
No.
So that does leave Alexis. Do you think you're going to get up there? Are you a little bit Alexis? You're muted.
Oh, you're muted.
If she were a bard, she absolutely would have performed that song. But
I
she
will
isn't.
mention, you, I believe, have 1d4 you can add to any ability check you make. So, you got a little insurance there. But
I don't
certainly-
have perform like as a brain fart. What's
You don't have performance. I mean, you still have a +4 because you're
Yeah.
charismatic, but yes, you're not proficient in performance. Understood. Well, it is up to you if you'd like to. You certainly don't have to.
Alexis as a warlock wouldn't. If she were called on, she would figure out something to do and just happily go up there. But she doesn't have that song just ready to go. Unfortunately.
Understood. She's seeking alternate things. So the chance to perform a little bit Alexis, sadly, passes by. And with that, another hour passes. And the show wraps up. Max Mika will say, all right, well, did you want to continue on with our tour? We're a little bit behind schedule, nothing too crazy. But just a little, a little bit.
Wait a minute. Are you saying that it was an hour of commoners just going
No,
up there?
it was the first. The first thing was like mimes doing stuff, and the mermaid came out and sang. There was like 10 minutes maybe of commoners at the end. They left a little more time because they thought Eliwick was going to be there, but she wasn't. But as you are all sort of standing up here, I need you, Fritzy, to roll a wisdom saving throw.
No.
Also
heck?
at disadvantage.
Also at disadvantage?
Yes.
It's because of the dang cards, y'all. I didn't know what I was stealing.
Karma.
I can't really like feel bad because you said I didn't know what I was stealing. So like it's kind of on you for stealing in the first place blindly.
I rolled 2 15s.
Okay. What's that get you to?
You said wisdom?
Wisdom.
17.
17. Again, you have this sense of something being amiss, kind of like a wave of fear, but everything seems okay.
Shrug it off.
You might instantly want to scratch at your arms, but you're like, I think I'm okay.
Swear if this character dies.
Something seems
In the friendly nice game?
Exactly. But if you're going to allow Max Mika to continue leading you around, she is going to take you all to the snail races.
Oh, goody.
So you kind of loop back from where you were over to the snail races. And for this fun thing, oh my god, this just got to come out to there. Snail racing, there we go. You find that you are led over to a set of grandstands, and there's kind of like a little race course that's been sort of dug in, and there's just cheering carnival goers everywhere, so excited. Some have bells, some have little like noisemaker rattle type things, some are waving flags, and as you kind of like peek over them, you see that there are 8 giant snails that are being like having their shells polished by pixies who are kind of hovering around, and most of the pixies wear goggles and little helmets, and they're like kind of like almost like a pit crew, just getting that and polishing up this. There are 2 goblins standing on a wooden gantry that's kind of like suspended in the branches of this big tree, and they are wearing black and white sort of referee line judge uniforms. But you are getting the impression that there's about to be a snail race. So basically Max Mika says, we have a reserved seating area, but if any of you wanted to try to actually race aboard the snails, you are welcome to. That is included. If you want to be the one who rides the snail.
Animal handling, I'm right.
You suspect it would probably be animal handling for racing the snails.
Cool.
Indeed. But otherwise,
Rival
will race a snail.
Yes, she's not going to say it out loud, but she is very chuffed by the snail race, and she would like to partake. So she just stands and walks towards the snails. She will not admit.
All right.
I will ride a snail and race one.
Okay. Rival and Fritzy will race snails. Wonderful. So it says if at least half the characters participate in this, the carnival's mood rises by 1. Since there's only 3 of you here, that's more than half. That's fine. You guys could have really jacked it up if you'd all done performances, but it's all good.
I was trying to think of something, and I just did not.
No, I get it. It's a thing, but the snail racing maybe seems more so. The 2 of you sort of do that. And in fact, there is another line of commoners waiting for their chance to race the snails. You 2 are obviously cut right in front of that because you have the VIP badges, and you get to.
Are we only racing each other?
No, you will be racing 8 snails. And in fact, would both of you please roll me a d8, and let's determine which number of snails you are being put on.
7.
Okay.
5.
All right. So, Fritzy, you are going to be on Flower Flash.
Ooh.
That is snail number 5, in fact, and it has yellow, sort of like, so you're given yellow silks to wear. Kind of just like a little, thing. Rival on 7, you are getting breakneck.
Ooh.
In red. Red silks
Perfect.
for you, with a big 7 on the back. There are 3 pixies with each of you polishing up these snails for you. The pixies are kind of floating around. Now, actually, for Fritzy, you understand exactly what they're saying. It's basically your own species, even though they're much smaller than you. However, Rival, what you hear are these pixies just going like, okay, hold on really tight. Remember advancing money. And sometimes they bark and not responsible for damage.
She's like,
haven't eaten cinnamon today, right? Etc. But they're sort of giving you the directions and handing you the reins, and I mean, you certainly understand how how this works. The other people getting aboard these snails seem to be just a bunch of commoners, a bunch of chill commoners, no big deal. Various races, ages, etc. But they're not anything special like the two of you. You guys are clearly like, let's do this. And it looks like it's a pretty long course. It's about 480 feet. So what's gonna happen is you guys are gonna make a series of them, series of animal handling checks. So,
But I have a question.
Yes, please. And I will point out that there is a sign posted that says, like, no cheating, no interfering with the race, all this stuff. Now, that doesn't mean you can't do it, but it does mean you will be instantly disqualified, and you do see that there are those goblins up there. One of them has a spyglass.
Good idea of how to cheat.
Oh, you absolutely should cheat. I'm just saying you might be disqualified.
That's fine. I don't care.
All right. So there are these huge snails. And basically commoners are going up and climbing on here, etc., etc. So,
Snail race.
if any of you are going to do anything before the race begins, likely surreptitiously, now's the time to do so. You notice that Elanius and Calix, they are being very kind of quiet over there on the side, just kind of kicking back, watching. Max Mika is like keeping the energy up. Alexis, she's talking to you about, whatever, just trying to be very personable. And one more roll here. Okay. So, Fritzy, are you doing anything before the race starts? That's
Not before.
Perfect. Okay. So in that case, a hush falls over the crowd. The snails all kind of like galosh with their bodies under them towards this line. They're in all the beautiful lights kind of suspended and hanging, all the witch lights above. They're kind of shimmering with these very well shined sails. All the pixies in their respective color coordinated, pit crew things. They all like, okay, look into. Oh, and don't worry. One last thing, if you're not pregnant, are you? Okay, so they retreat, and now everyone's there. This kind of like newt-like creature, a little shorter than like a gnome, walks out into the middle on kind of like very teetering on hind legs and a big tail going by. This kind of lizard newt with giant black eyes on its head kind of walks out to the middle of the thing and looks very nervous and holds up a flag for the snails. And you see all the commoners like, snails, they don't go that fast, right? But some of them who've been watching go grab onto their reins. And this newt thing, and then hides. If the two of you are trying to like spur on your if you're trying to spur on your mounts, go ahead and make animal handling checks.
Okie dokie.
That was not good. 9.
17.
17. All right.
Too heavy.
So, Rival, you assume that this thing's going to be moving in a certain way, and instead it moves so much faster than you're anticipating that you actually kind of like slam against the back of it and actually slow it down. So at the end of round 1, Rival, your snail is 10 feet behind all the other snails. Because no one else was actively trying to do it. All the other people are just kind of like, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So you are 70 feet out. They're all 80. However, Fritzy, you are 100 feet out because you spurred on your snail very well.
I want to cheat though.
What did you roll actually?
15.
Rival?
Oh.
4.
With what was your total was a 4?
9.
Your total was a 9. Cool.
Yeah,
And your total
I
was a
rolled a 4 on
17? Perfect. Okay. Great. Okay, so that is after round 1. So, Alexis, you see that, and sure enough, there's a goblin up there, and he's like, and they're off. Oh, coming out to an early lead. It's Flower Flash in yellow. Followed by, oh my god, where are they? Shelly Moo, Nimblefoot, High Road, Quickleaf, Wizzy, Queen's Majesty, bring up the line is Breakneck in the rear. However, another 6 seconds will pass. But actually, KJ, let's have you do this. Would you roll me a D8?
8.
Mm-hmm.
5.
Great. Please roll another D8 for me. And it would be awesome if you roll a 5 or a 7.
It's a 5.
A 5. All right. So, you guys are moving your animals on, ready to go, going crazy. However, a spectator in the crowd, in violation of the rules, throws a head of cabbage, right out in front. And Fritzy, you can make your animal check. Go ahead and make your animal handling check. You can do so as well.
Rival.
Make your animal handlings.
16.
Great.
4.
Okay.
We flipped.
So, in that case,
nobody can hear Rival do this, but she's like, it's okay, Breakneck, go on, you're doing a great job. You're going good there.
All right, so Rival, you actually now catch up with the rest of them, but some bad news because of the first roll made worse by your own roll on this round. The head of lettuce hits directly in front of your snail, Fritzy. And the snail, not following your rules, stops and eats it for the whole round, not moving at all.
Stupid snail.
So now you are basically a whole round behind them. They're all at 180 feet. You're at 100 feet. But that is round 2. Rival. There's Fritzy. Great. KJ, could you give me another D8? And when you get tired of this, I can start rolling them as well.
Oh, I'm good. 6.
6. Ooh, roll another D8.
Uh-oh.
4.
4. All right. So, if both of you would please roll, go ahead and make your rolls for the round.
12.
12. Great.
18.
18. Great. Okay. At the end of round 2, Fritzy, you manage to sort of, you're spurring your mount on very well. You wind up 200 feet up. Rival, you've gotten the hang of it. Your snail has moved 90 feet this round, which gets you to 270 feet.
Nice.
The rest of the snails are at 260 feet. But snail number 6, that rascally Wizzy the snail in orange, the crowd for some reason is chanting Wizzy, and Wizzy is about it. And Wizzy has actually moved right ahead of you 10 feet, is at 280. So Wizzy is leading at the end of round 3.
So if I'm at 200, I'm still behind everyone?
You are still behind everyone. KJ, give me another D8. Let's see the snail race surprise for this round.
7.
All right, roll another D8.
3.
3. Okay.
I don't want to win.
Would both of you make your You rolled the worst thing happened to you, which is your snail eats cabbage for 6 seconds and doesn't move.
Well, I rolled a nat 1
A nat
plus
1?
5, so that's 6. But-
Interestingly, you are incapable of being knocked to. You can't have the worst thing happen to you.
Well.
So, yeah, that's
Great
fine.
job, Breakneck. You're doing so good.
Yeah, what do you have?
So good.
11, so that brings me to 13.
13. Okay. You end at 290. All the others end at 340, except for 6 and 3. So now, out in the lead, Wizzy and High Road are at 360 feet. Rival, you rolled a nat 1, so you only go 70 this round, but
No,
because of
it's
your
fine.
stuff. So you're at 3-4. Okay, so basically, it is now. So, and that goblin, he's like, "Oi! And now, okay, it's crazy. It's burning it up. High Road and Wizzy in the lead, followed by Shellymoo, Nimblefoot, Quickleaf, Breakneck, Queen's Majesty, and bringing up the rear, it's Flower Flash, bringing up the rear." All right. Theoretically, actually, I don't think anybody couldn't quite win it on this round. But let's see the position of things at the end of it. KJ, go ahead and roll another d8.
Boo.
2.
2. This time, no shenanigans happen. Please make whatever rolls you'll be making.
On,
For
girl.
animal handling.
Another 12.
Another 12. Okay.
This time I rolled a nat 13, so it's 15.
Doesn't
15.
count in this.
Does not count.
Sadly, doesn't count in this game.
I roll so many 13s in this game. It's crazy.
Ooh, interesting. Alrighty. So, and then the rest of them would be at 20. Okay. Oh, but look at that! Look at that! Breakneck is closing the gap. In the lead, it's still Wizzy and High Road. Wizzy and High Road. With Breakneck right on the tails. Then a bunch of others, and then in the rear, it's Flower Flash. Although Flower Flash has closed a good bit of distance, you are still 80 feet not moving is bad. And you also, you weren't able to do it, so you're very much in the rear there, because your dumb thing ate cabbage. All right, friends. Let's go ahead and do the final round. Rival, you theoretically could win this with a success on this roll.
So can I surreptitiously use Druidcraft and set the smell of lavender up ahead where all of the snails who are in the lead are?
So, it's fun because we have the exact range on all of this stuff.
I don't know how far away they are.
They are, I will tell you, the nearest snail is 40 feet from yours. And I hate to tell you this, but the range
is only
of
30
Druidcraft
feet.
is 30 feet.
Fuck, I thought it was close. Damn it. Oh well.
Very,
They don't
yes.
like lavender, and I was like, I'm gonna make them smell lavender.
You
and then
can
we'll
you can mess with your own. However, KJ, we do need one more D8. This could throw a wrench in everything.
8.
8. Oh boy, roll another
Oh
D8.
no.
Roll another D8.
8.
8. So the rider riding Queen's Majesty at the beginning of this round, the saddle slips and they fall off
Oh no.
of their snail and are like slimed over as the crowd goes, ooh, and the goblin's like, oh, that's not a great look. However, would the other two please, so Fritzy, you see that you're not in good range of Druidcraft, so you just want to keep riding?
Yeah, there's nothing else I can do.
Go ahead, in that case, make an animal handling check, and Rival, make one as well.
Ooh. 24. This is 19.
24. All right. 17. Okay, so, Flower Flash does actually catch up and is now no longer in last place because the snail who threw the rider is behind that. So Flower Flash, you kind of like move up into that sort of position. But Rival, with a 24, finally you've gotten the hang of this thing. And they have about a 10-foot kind of lead on you, do High Road and Wizzy. But you manage to kind of like spur your snail on, and you do in fact get ahead of them, crossing the finish line first.
Yes.
The crowd goes wild. You see a lot of people shaking their heads. However, a lot of people cheer especially loud for this because they saw you over at the Dragonflies.
No.
They knew that you could handle an animal.
Right.
And
Well,
everyone starts chanting tiefling
no.
at you.
No.
Tiefling, tiefling, tiefling,
She like slides off of the
tiefling.
shell and like pats
Mhm.
Breakneck and like just like skulks toward the group again.
Oh, this is actually really funny.
Oh no.
Hold on a second. So basically, as you're trying to go to the group, a goblin kind of runs over to you and puts a laurel wreath around your sort of shoulders. Another goblin, she kind of kisses you on both cheeks.
No.
You're being like dragged over to like the winner's circle. However,
So uncomfortable.
Fritzy, you were the last place person who was not disqualified because the person who fell off was disqualified for it. So they actually are pulling you over as well for the consolation prize, for the loser's prize. And they pull everyone over. Of course, a lot of people are booing that you were disqualified, and the person who threw the cabbage is being escorted away. So a lot of people are saying, not fair, not fair. But they do present to both of you some prizes. Rival, you were given a potion.
Oh, thank you.
Fritzy, you were given a wand. Everyone cheers, and basically, then you guys are kind of, yes, you are then ushered off because the pit crews, they come out and a pixie flies right past you, Rival, and is like, I'm good news, it's pretty good.
Okay, no.
It's a professional circuit. You
We're
could
done.
really make
We're done. We're done.
Stay in a lot of roadside inns and maybe.
Can I ask the fairies what the wand does?
Sure. One of them will come over into you, and it sounds normal to you. You're familiar with it, but he's basically like, oh yeah, that's the consolation prize. You can use it once to cast the dancing lights cantrip.
Oh, thank
So
you.
just that'll do that. And you can tell your friend the big prize is a potion of advantage, and then flies off. Max Mika says, very well done, congratulations. She, continues giving you all sorts of plaudits and such things.
Thank you.
Wow, okay.
I will secure this potion into whatever like little satchel pouch I have on my belt because I know there's a thief about.
Okay. Good call. Max Mika says, all right, well that was wonderful. We're gonna take you to the Hall of Illusions next, if you're ready to go. Although if you'd prefer to do the Pixie Kingdom first, we could do that first and then do the Hall of Illusions. They're kind of right by each other.
I have had my fill of pixies for now, so
Well,
let's
now,
do the
that
illusions.
seems kind of specious. What is the
We'll-
Pixie Kingdom?
We'll take you. We'll do both, but we can go to the Hall of Illusions first. It's the Pixie Kingdom is basically, you get the impression that the Pixie Kingdom is kind of just like a walk around and explore area. Although she sort of says there is a very fun surprise in there. Whereas the Hall of Illusions is, there's just going to be some illusions and stuff. So she will take you to whichever one you'd like to visit first.
The
Whatever
Hall
your
of
preference would
Illusions,
be.
because I have had my fill of pixies for now.
Understood. In that case, they sort of lead you guys over. Oh man, I really wish Danielle were here tonight. Oh well. They will lead you all over to the Hall of Illusions. I just realized this one would be fun for her. But as you go, hey Fritzy,
Uh-oh. Another saving throw?
just a little bit.
No!
You
Okay,
said
let's-
nothing bad would happen.
I know. Make
Yeah, well, I wasn't supposed
Said
to.
he
Okay.
wouldn't make anything bad happen. She made something bad happen, and
I
he's
made
making it go.
make another. This is another wisdom save at disadvantage.
I'm proficient in intelligence, though. Dang it. Okay. Disadvantage wisdom. Okay, that's a 17. And a 10. So that brings me to 12.
12. All right. So you've been kind of keeping some things at bay. But suddenly,
Uh-oh.
you hear this little, like in your ear. And then you hear it in your other ear. And you hear, like, and it's just this, like, very upsetting kind of, like, something's going on. You're feeling, you felt like tickles of stuff and you were like, everything was fine. But now you're like, no, there's something happening. There's a zigga zigga, just in your kind of.
Is it a Spice Girl?
That is, I think that is a reference from our other
Top
game.
flight reference, yeah.
And you begin to experience a bunch of pain.
Oh,
It's
no.
like, it's hurting and you feel it, like, up your arms. And actually, KJ, I'm sorry. I feel
Yeah,
really
no,
bad.
I'm good.
But
I'll
you're
be
feeling
fine.
like, ooh, it's really bad. It's like, ooh, it's bad. It's bad news.
Can I just say, I did not mean to offend you that much. I know it's like painful to feel rejected. I'm not rejecting you because of who you
No,
are. Your
that's
wings, they were just
you.
annoying.
Also, I mean, not that what I said earlier was racist, but that feels way more racist than what I could have said.
It had not.
I wasn't being anything against the
Yeah, I think
pixies.
I
They
need
just
to
were
declare-
loud in my ears.
And
I
I
think I
wasn't
need to
saying
be
anything
quiet.
against the.
Can the two of you shush?
Wow, that was rude.
Do you hear like the buzz? Like there's like a buzzing
No.
No, we don't hear
Buggy.
that.
noise and some pain. I don't
No.
feel very well.
Did you touch that card?
I don't know. It's possible. I was on that dumb ride with her and I had my hands around her.
I will slowly back away.
Max Miki goes, so anyway, Hall of Illusions right this way if we're going
No,
in.
I think I need to see a cleric. Do you know where they went to find the cleric? I think I need the cleric.
Oh, we can, she's looking at her schedule like, okay. We can head back to the VIP, tent. At this point, like, kind of like out of the crowd, Ellie Wick is running up to all of you with this look of, like, serious, like, concern on her face. Like, I just wanted to check, is everyone here okay? Because Sue came back clean.
No, I don't feel very well.
Oh, no, you don't?
Mm-mm.
Oh, no.
She said something about buzzing.
Yeah,
Oh.
there was like a buzzing noise.
Oh,
and there's
that-
some pain in
That
my
could be
arm.
insects inside of you.
And she also got a little ruder.
Oh, okay. But wait, there's no way you touched the card, right?
Well, I don't know. You were on the ride in front of me. I had my hands around your pocket.
Oh, but it was in my pocket. You would have had to go digging in there to have touched it.
Well, I may have been holding on very deeply, and it's possible I could have brushed it.
Oh, you think it's possible you might have brushed the card?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, that doesn't make any sense because my pockets were really well tied up. I mean, we can try to do... sometimes these treatments are pretty bad. Would you be upset if you wind up being reincarnated as not a fairy? Because that's what sometimes it has to come to.
I rather like who I am.
Okay, well, okay, I just wish I knew that if you had ever touched it or not, that would give us a better example of the...
It's possible. Can we just treat it like I did? Because I would just feel a lot better if we did.
Okay, treat it like you did. Okay, all right.
Maybe I'm just being a hypochondriac, but I would just like to know.
Okay, all right. Well, okay, then the cure's worse than the disease at this point, but I guess it's better than being eaten from the inside. Okay. All right. Let me see if I can. And she kind of just walks back into the crowd. I'll try to just stay here, and she walks away.
What?
Okay, but like, did you touch the card?
I don't know. I put my hands around her and they went in her pockets or not in her pockets. I don't know. That's not the point anymore. Can we just deal with the fact that I feel like maybe I did?
I'm just glaring.
The Hall of
That's
Illusions is
pretty.
just right this way, though. If we want to,
Well, I think I should wait for the cleric.
well, maybe we could just wait here at the entrance, and she kind of tries to lead you guys over to the Hall of Illusions here. You see a large tent, but there is
Listen, planting a stink bomb on her, okay? And my hands may have brushed against the cards when I was doing it. Sue me.
I don't believe you.
Oh no, Sue is mine. Oh, she's not there. Never mind. You guys do notice though that outside of this tent, outside of this illusion tent there on your map, I don't know if. Oh, it is actually. If you look at the map itself, there is on like the far kind of like top right side of it. There's this little glass cabinet. And inside of it, there is a wooden mannequin of a grinning, raven-haired young woman. She's wearing a witch hat and a black dress. She has this green flowing cape that's hovering behind her, kind of like moving. And there is a sign at the top of it that says, Tasha the Wizard, known for her hideous laughter.
I'll approach.
Cool. Anybody else going up to the cabinet?
I mean-
yeah, Alexis will go.
Me as well while I'm waiting for the damn cleric.
Wonderful. All of you walk up to this. And is anybody here of the three of you proficient in history?
No.
History's a mystery. All good then. As you all walk up to this cabinet, all three of you need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, damn it.
And Fritzy, yours
Nat
is
20.
Fritzy, yours is at disadvantage.
Again?
It is.
How many of these?
23 with a nat 20.
Four.
Okay.
11.
11. All right.
That one was a
That was hard.
14. That one was a 15, so 14. 16.
16. So you move, and Alexis just suddenly falls down laughing. Cannot stop laughing. She is rolling on the ground, laughing her head off. The other two manage to not. Alexis, to you, everything around you is the funniest thing you've ever seen. Whether it is the fairy in your party who's been lying, or Rival's clothes, or Olanius's dead face and scowl, or this mannequin, it's the funniest stuff you've ever seen. Max Meek is like, oh right, if you approach, I was gonna warn you about that, but I was just trying to redo the schedule here a bit because we're running out of time. But you guys are, it's just, she's cackling, and this lasts, actually you can try it again.
Oh, cool. Much better. Wisdom saving throw, right?
Wisdom save, yes.
19.
And you manage to stop laughing.
Okay, Alexis will she'll precipitation all the dirt and stuff that she got on her clothes
Okay.
from falling on the ground. She will talk to Max and say, if we're running out of time, perhaps you should explain these things faster so that doesn't happen again.
Oh, sorry, I
Right.
wasn't paying enough attention. But yes, here's the Hall of Illusions. I'm so sorry about that. And sort of she kind of points you towards this large tent. And there's this like mural of shifting pictures on the outside showing fairies and kind of fey creatures grinning and like diving into pools of crazy color. There are helical stripes up the pointed canopies of the tent, and they're rotating in sort of like almost like optical illusion way, except it's they really are moving. And it's kind of befuddling, but there is this clown standing at the front of it, and he is kind of looking at all of you, and you actually all saw him not long ago in the Big Top Extravaganza, and he's kind of just doing some kind of weird monochromatic clowning. But he kind of like is blinking at you all and, doing some stuff, but just gesturing for you to enter.
Weird mime.
And kind of upon seeing Max Mika, he takes off his hat and gives her a low bow, and she goes, thank you, Candlefoot, He's extremely monochromatic. In fact, he has no color to him at all. His clothing is kind of like a muted green, but his skin and hair, it's all shades of white, black, and gray.
What? What?
Well, clearly we go that way.
Well, he's not saying anything. How are we supposed to know?
He gestures inside.
Body language. Ah.
I don't know why he has to not be clear about things. Fine. And I stalk forward.
He walks up to you and says,
I don't understand what you're trying to...
We're supposed to go that way. Or that way? Anyway?
Is he making
now
fun
I
of my
I
horns?
think he's just copying you guys.
he kind of goes over to you, Alexis, and just gestures for you to enter the hall.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I'm sure.
We've been raided by birdseed, and I don't understand what that means.
What?
Is that in the
goodness.
Witchlight or elsewhere?
That's in the chat.
It's in the. Is that in the Witchlight? Oh wow! I didn't even notice that.
There might
Oh goodness.
there might be birdseed in the chat, but fair.
Bird-
Welcome, raiders!
I mean, you could probably
Does anyone
find
know the
some
song
birdseed.
"Feed the Birds" from Mary Poppins?
Oh, Candlefoot the Mime will actually sing it.
Actually, sing it. So like, there's sound coming out.
No, he just
No, he's just miming,
All right.
singing it. Okay, excellent, beautiful. I guess we should just go the way he told us to go.
understood. If you walk inside, you see 10 tall mirrors lining the inside of this tent. And what is odd about them is that the mirrors closest to you look like you when you are children.
I really was so cute.
Okay, now she's gonna have to. That's good enough. However, as you, Fritzy, look at the first mirror, you see yourself as a child, and as you kind of flutter over to the second, in your place is trigger warning for people with fears of infestations for a second here.
What? Can we see each other's mirrors? Like,
You do see each other in the mirrors. Yes, you see each other as young.
Okay.
But if any of you are looking at the second mirror as Fritzy passes, you see Fritzy, not really any younger, kind of as she is now, with these horrifying cover ears if necessary or remove headsets, etc. Yellow worms like burrowing out all over her
Nope.
body, like just.
I had the warning and I ignored it for no good reason.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you see that and it's there for a second, and then it is gone.
I will...
Someone in chat asked if the wave
Yeah.
arm
Yeah.
description was over.
Suddenly everyone's
Description is over.
waving arms.
I'll just approach the mirror with mine and just
Alexis
look at her.
will just scream when she sees Fritzy's mirror.
The rest of you now, all just including Fritzy, you all appear to be about like 10 years old.
Very disturbing.
Can I put my hand on the mirror?
It feels like a mirror. It feels just like, mirrored glass.
You're muted.
Oh, I'm just not okay. I want the cleric now.
Fritzy, what did you do?
Tried to sneak a stupid stink bomb in their pocket, and I must have brushed against these weird cards.
I'm gonna say go ahead and make. I mean, I bet you'll be fine at it, but go ahead and make a deception check at that, because
Okay.
you are lying to a person proficient in insight.
Okay.
And lying, for the record.
I mean, proficient in both. You know what?
21.
Have advantage on the insight check then, if you're proficient
Okay.
in lying and insight.
I am. Yeah.
Okay, I've got a 21.
Oh, I'm not that proficient. Yeah, no, 15.
15. Yeah, she does not seem to be lying to you.
Okay, well, maybe don't do that because now the carnival hates you.
They don't hate me. I got
That
this
seemed
wand.
pretty hateful.
Oh, it's just some good fun. Like,
Okay.
whoopee cushions and...
Okay. Well, I guess the carnival doesn't like fun.
I don't do whoopee cushions anymore. But other things.
Could
Okay.
the cards have been booby trapped? And so if someone was, say, trying to take them, it
I
would put a
wasn't
curse
trying.
on that person.
I was trying to put a stink bomb in her.
Okay, well, let's say you surreptitiously touched the cards.
Why would you
Could
do
they have
something that
been booby
mean?
trapped?
I guess I must have set it off. I don't know. Can we just get the cleric here? I'm
That's not up to me. I'm looking at myself as a child, trying to explore my inner whatevers.
Okay, well, you explore your inner whatever.
Eliwick rushes into the tent. And says, how are you feeling? Or there hasn't been anything else, right? That was
She
just
I
needs the
looked in
cleric.
the mirror and saw myself infected.
infected. Wait, with what?
With a bunch of worms.
Worms.
Okay. Okay. So, kind of good news, bad news.
I saw it too. Is that gonna happen to me?
Did you touch the cards?
No, I didn't touch anything, but I saw it.
Then you should be fine.
Should be?
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Oh my god, can I have the cleric too?
Well, good news, bad news about that. I found a cleric. Upon explaining a little bit more about what the infestation card, the cleric said, "Hell no," and she left. Said
Oh
not
my god,
messing
am I going
with
to die?
You're fine, but it does seem like you might have been infected. Is there any way you just did you touch the cards? Did you ever
I
handle
was
them?
trying to play a prank on you and slip something into your pocket, and I must have brushed against the cards, okay?
Oh, okay. Well, then you might die.
Does Alexis have a summoning stone to her dad?
Probably, yes.
Then Alexis is going off to the side to call her dad.
Okay, cool. Okay, let's, and Max Mika says, are we good in here? Okay, so next event, and you guys are walking out. And Eliwick saying, okay, you think you brushed them, or you think, like, did you ever hold them?
Rooting around in your pockets to try and put this stupid thing.
Now, I'm really perspective, and so is Grok. And the toad kind of goes, so are you, like, you must be really sneaky if you got into my pocket.
I do some magic tricks.
Cool, so do I. But I'm
Fritzy,
just...
it's time to tell the truth. They're trying to help you.
I just was sliding something into your pocket, so yeah, I was
But
trying.
I just... Did you take the cards out and hold them? Because if that's the case, there's something else we have to do. Because
I was pulling things out to get things in, so I would have taken them out.
Okay,
potentially.
gotcha. So you did have them in your hand. Okay, and that means I think Kyus is gonna not only kill you, but get your soul. Okay. We're gonna have to do something about that. Okay. And she give me 5 minutes, and she just rushes off.
I can't believe she was carrying around something that can steal someone's soul in her pocket.
And
Like
Max
it's
Mika
no big
says,
deal.
Yeah,
Don't
that sounds
be messing
crazy.
around.
Anyway, the Pixie Village this way, and she kind of tries to move you guys on to the next event. Unless
I
sorry.
hope
Did
for
you
the
need...
rest of your life, Fritzy, you've learned your lesson not to pick in people's pockets, because then you lose your soul.
I would say that even if I were committing such a crime, the punishment does not match the crime perpetrated.
I agree, but still,
right.
the lesson stands.
Can't learn the
Also,
lesson if I don't live through the day.
Well, whose fault is that?
Not mine.
she rushes back and kind of just says quickly to all of you, kind of like very loudly, Ellie, because has she started to smell yet?
Can I? I'll go up and
Make a
like.
perception check.
18.
You don't smell anything odd. You smell.
No,
you
I
know,
don't smell anything
carnal
odd.
stuff. Okay, that's good. That's good. The necrosis hasn't fully set in yet. Okay. Yeah, I'll be okay. And she just rushes off.
Ellie, ew!
Alexis, you stepped away to call your dad. Is that right?
She probably heard that though, yes.
So you can say 25 words to him.
Okay. Can oh my god be one word if it's said fast enough?
I'll say in your case, absolutely.
Oh my god.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Dad, please send the family doctor slash, and she says slash, healer to the carnival. I think worms are going to eat me.
How many
And
words?
also maybe the fairy.
Reply comes back. I'm not fully practicing this. Sweetie, don't really have a family doctor anymore. Can't afford that. Sorry. Be good. Come home, but, sorry. Roland, what are you doing? And then cuts off.
Ugh, typical absentee father.
I said I was almost dying, and he said, be good. Oh my god.
Well,
You should have sent it to Daveth. He just would have replied "ooh" back to you. All right. With that, she's trying to gesture you guys to the Pixie Village.
Fine.
maybe your friends can help you.
Maybe.
You hear
What is it? Faith, trust, and pixie dust.
As-
They can-
go ahead.
As we walk over, Alexis will just kind of be like saying to herself, like, I accept this, the worms might be eating me. I accept that the worms might be eating me.
If good skin follows, it's all worth it. In your ear, in this kind of like buzzing way, you hear, Fritzy,
Uh-huh.
Succumb to the worm that walks.
What?
Become
is
the worm
Upsetting.
that walks.
No. No, 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 no,
you hear that
no.
like whispering, and then you hear just all these
No.
words in your ears.
No.
What's no?
No.
No what?
The
Nobody said
worm,
anything.
I will not be the worm that walks. They're
Yes.
talking to me.
Natural. I love it. Okay.
Yuck. Blech.
And
This is a very upsetting day.
I'm sorry. This was the
What
fun
was
game.
supposed to be the happy fun game is turning into very not happy fun.
I know. I'm sorry,
This is
but
only
it-
set
it-
up to, and you've
mischief.
lost control of the fucking plot.
there's been some rough things. I need you to make another wisdom save at disadvantage. Fritzy.
Yeah, I am. This is like the person who like has sex one time without a condom and gets an STD.
Oh my god.
Ugh.
That's why
The
you don't
very
go messing
first
in other
time.
people's pants.
Oh, why at disadvantage? No.
For a reason.
Ah. Okay, I swear I rolled a 20 and then a 19. So that brings me to 21.
Fair enough. You feel like this, like there's like a sense that something's about to burst out of you, but you're just like, ugh, and you manage to keep
John
that
Hurt
back.
moment.
Exactly. And Max Mika at this point is like, maybe we should skip the Pixie Garden. Okay, well, if they do, because then they're supposed to have a healthy snack. Eliwick runs out of the crowd.
Something is literally about to burst out of me. Get this thing out of me.
Okay. So there's one thing you can do to sort of stanch the problem. Here, and she, she just kind of, I don't really, Nails, can you, dead guy, can you, and she asks Olanius to just kind of like start digging up some dirt, and she's like, so you should start eating some dirt. Well, worms like
What?
dirt more than you, so if you eat dirt, that'll attract them, not to you.
Rival laughs, bends over, scoops up some dirt, and holds it in front of Fritzy.
We're just trying to delay some stuff here as I try to think of, because I mean, we could always go back to the deck, but oof, that.
Fritzy's
Come on
gonna
now.
look Rival dead in the eyes and lean forward and start licking the dirt out of her hand.
There you
just
go.
staring her down.
Wonderful.
That a girl.
Tastes good. You should try.
Make a Constitution saving throw, I guess. As you're eating dirt. Not at disadvantage.
Okay, just a straight con save.
Yeah.
So stupid. 15.
You managed to keep down a good bit of dirt. And you're a little fairy, so it's impressive. And Eliwick is just watching all this, I guess I should. Eliwick is watching all of this like, okay, this'll be good. Oh, I'm so worried. Okay, well, if it's still happening, yeah, I think you might have, I'm trying to think here. You know magic, right? She kind of like hovers over to you, Alexis. Can you think of anything we could do?
I already tried calling my dad and he was useless.
That's always a good move. I tried that. I would try that too. Okay, well let's all right. Okay.
Does Alexis can she because she's proficient in Arcana, does she know anything that might help?
Make an Arcana check for me.
Because she couldn't figure out earlier that this was even a deck of many things card.
Yeah.
Philip, we have another raid.
Oh, how exciting! Hello, another raid.
raiders.
Welcome. Right now, a fairy is eating dirt because she might have been cursed by Cuse. So that's what you're stepping into.
16.
16.
Yeah.
I will say with a 16, especially because of the fiendish thing, the spell you think you need is a very high-level spell that is not easy to just find around, called Dispel Evil and Good.
Okay. So I'll just relay that. Yeah.
Okay, right. Well, we could always try the cards and see if they could cast it for us, but it's pretty risky. I mean, obviously.
Okay, after what we've seen those cards do to just that, I don't think we will be touching those ever again.
Well, again,
No.
it's because I wasn't holding them. It can be very dangerous. Okay. Well, Fritzy, can you cast Dispel Evil and Good?
Cast us what spell?
Dispel Evil and Good, and you sort of ask this to cast what spell with like dirt dropping out of your mouth.
I don't know that spell.
Okay.
There must be someone
Here,
in
let's-
this whole carnival that can cast it.
And Ellie Wick just like starts picking up some dirt and kind of absentmindedly, she's just rubbing it like all over your face. Just like there, let's just get it and kind of like trying to put some in your ears. I think that'll be better. Okay.
Ellie! Ewa!
I don't know. I'm just trying to.
Listen,
I
all
mean,
I
doesn't that
have-
exfoliate?
all I have is the ability to make things smell and this
Well,
eye
do,
of a displacer beast, and I have
do we know the class of the
some strange
lady who
teeth.
brought us here, who invited us?
Sue is a druid.
No, sorry. Our initial invitation that got us to this carnival.
She's an archfey. She's a.
She probably knows.
Would she know anything? Yeah, that's a good idea.
To ask Zabilna.
Yeah.
Sure, you guys. Eliwick says, I guess we could go ask Sue if she can contact Zabilna. Sure. She could probably help. Yeah. Okay, if you don't want to try with the deck, okay, that's probably a good idea. Let's go. So she starts just, you guys move back, and Max Mika goes, I guess we won't be doing the next event. Okay. And just leads you guys back over to the VIP tent.
Alexis will turn to Max and be like, Max, I know you worked really hard on this, okay? I know you put a lot of time into it, but she's being devoured by worms. We can do the rest of the tour next time.
Oh, of course, absolutely. Well, it'll be 8 years before we come back to this plane, but yes, absolutely. In any case,
So exclusive, I love it.
so as you guys re-enter the thing, Sue is making smoothies, and Sue kind of looks at Fritzy and says, "Wow, so were you guys doing some first of all, be well, but were you guys getting into the spirit and doing some mud masks? That's fantastic. I have smoothies for everyone."
Thank you.
Except for you, Alexis. Your smoothie got away before I could. So
That's fine. Do you still have the box from earlier?
I was gonna put him in the smoothie, and he
got away.
I can.
Okay, no,
You know
it's
what?
it happens. I understand.
I have some emergency stuff, but it's not as good. We prefer fresh. We prefer fresh food. Just a guinea pig. Don't worry about it. In any
What
case,
does the smoothie taste like?
Yours? Are
Not
you gonna?
like
Do you
any
taste
bits.
your smoothie?
Yes, tentatively.
All right. Your smoothie tastes like turmeric and peppermint.
I dump it out.
Okay.
Why?
Don't like it.
Dump it out.
What does mine taste like?
You could have just put it on the table. You didn't have to. You said no.
It will not happen. None of it.
Boysenberry and rosemary.
Oh, okay. I like those. I'll drink mine. Get some of the dirt flavor out of my mouth.
Yeah, you should drink her turmeric one because it just tastes like dirt. All right. Alrighty. So, but Sue is there. Like, are you guys having a wonderful experience being children again?
Not exactly.
And Eliwick says, yeah, no one here is being childish at all. No one's. We're being very serious right now. And
I'm
she's
having a
still
fantastic
rubbing
time.
dirt on Fritzy's face, but like trying not to touch her face because of stuff. Okay, so are you? So you're sure? Okay, so you did touch it. You took the deck out.
Oh, taking everything out of your pockets and moving stuff around. It was
Cool.
a joke.
And then you put it back over there.
I don't know what I did with it. I was just tossing things around.
Sure, that's okay. So you did do that. Okay.
I guess.
So okay. I think there might be one way you could dispel this.
Okay, what?
Okay. You have to say I've been owned.
Ooh.
I have to say what?
You have to say Eliwick, I got owned.
Have you been making this whole thing up?
Yes, of course I've been making it up. You think I have a card in my deck that's infestation? No, I have all my cards, you monster. How dare you steal from my pocket? That's ridiculous. And she's
I
just
like
like
you. I
wandering
respect
around
it.
like mad. Like, and you kept saving us everything. I had to pull out more and more stops. I was casting 3rd level spells at the end of this. This is ridiculous.
You
Well
made
played.
us think we were dying.
Oh, only her.
That was well done.
Remember that.
So mad. What's funny is if you just failed the first save, it would have been over. If you just failed the first save, you would have been like, never mind, it's happening. And she would have been like, okay. But you kept saving, so she kept having to follow you guys around and roll to be stealthy to cast spells on you the whole time. No, my deck doesn't do anything bad, obviously.
I don't
See,
believe
I
that.
told you, rival. It would have been horribly irresponsible of her to carry around something that could actually hurt someone.
Yes, just like it's horribly irresponsible for you to steal from my pockets.
Not what you're talking about. I told you exactly what I was doing. I was playing a prank, just like you played a prank on me. Clearly yours was better, and I have learned from the master.
You are covered in dirt, and there's like dirt in your teeth. She goes, well, thank you for
Fritzy's
referring to
ability
me.
to be
Thank
full
you
of
for referring
self-belief.
to me as the master.
There you go. For now.
I am going to fix this though, and Alexis will do prestidigitation.
Cleans her up.
Yeah.
Oh, would you mind on my? I still have.
Yes, yeah,
Fairy.
absolutely.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I may have been eating dirt, but rival, you were the one hand feeding it to me.
Well, and what a joy it was.
I think Olanius at this point would say, I can still see my daughter's face. It's the only one I can remember.
What a killjoy.
And Sue goes, this feels like a really good bonding moment. Be well, all of you, be well. And Ellie goes, fine, whatever. Anybody want to draw? Not you. You want to draw? You can draw. It's fine.
I will.
Okay. So, she'll pull out her deck.
No, but rival, you'll see worms.
No, that's not in here.
Or not.
I don't feel like I can really trust anything that comes out of anyone's mouth anymore.
Oh, well, definitely
Oh,
you can't. You shouldn't
funny.
trust anyone. We're all monsters. But I assure you, do you think I would carry around cards that could mess with me? Do you see my face? Do you know how many taverns I play in? There's no way I'd risk getting it. There's no such card as infestation. Not even in the deck of many things. Okay, so you're going to draw. How many cards are you going to draw?
2.
Okay. Alexis, are you going to draw?
If that's not a deck of many things, what is it?
It's a deck of wonderful things.
Again, I don't
Alexis,
believe you, but I will still
Can
do
I
it.
insight if she's lying?
You may
to
insight.
what it-
You may insight the greatest bard in the multiverse.
Alexis thinks she would know. 11.
11. Wonderful. You're pretty sure she's telling the truth about that. And you two can help because you were on my side, and you can't because you tried to steal it.
I was not on
pitch
anyone's
gosh.
side. I just wanted to see the damn carnival.
Well, you fed her dirt, so I'm going to let you draw. You're going to draw 2. Alexis, you going to draw?
Let me.
Oh, you have to decide first before anyone draws.
It could be skincare or makeup or
Okay, what are the
clothes.
odds that it is skincare or makeup or clothes?
Accessories.
1 in about 18, I think.
And how
Well,
many are in
if you
there?
depend on some other things, because there's some things that would I'm doing some halves, you know?
Okay.
There's a few cards that would do that in here. And there's like
Okay.
around 20 or so.
Oh, draw
Okay.
a card. Have some fun.
Okay, I'll draw 1.
You'll draw 1. Okay, who's going first?
I will.
Okay, so Rival's going to draw 2 cards. So how many down do you want?
I don't know. Just go and I'll say stop.
If I lose Alexis, I'm going to be so sad.
Stop.
Right there? Cool. You've
I
drawn
die.
Talons. Now, the Talon card appears. Now, those of you longtime D&D players might be familiar with the Deck of Many Things and the Talon card. And isn't it cool how this Talons is like animated? It's a lenticular animation.
Ooh,
Pretty rad, right?
That's
Yeah.
really cool.
So the Talons card.
Fancy.
Typically what this means is every magic item you have disintegrates and all your artifacts in your possession are taken away, which honestly wouldn't be that bad a thing to happen to you. But because this is the deck of magical things,
Wonderful. So
wonderful
she
things.
was lying.
It is the deck of wonderful things.
Okay.
Sorry. Suddenly, this talon-like kind of claw erupts from the card and kind of like wraps around your head. What is your highest mental ability score modifier?
Charisma doesn't count, right?
Sure. Intelligence, wisdom, or
4.
charisma. +4? Cool. You learn to cast, and charisma is the high one.
Mm-hmm.
You learn to cast 4 cantrips. And you use any cantrips you want, pick any 4 cantrips, and you use charisma to cast them.
Oh!
So you can do that.
I
And
feel-
you're drawing another one.
Yes, I feel more
Actually,
magical.
well, I wish I'd done it. Here, just say one again.
When?
Well, now I want to draw a card.
Fool!
Oh. Okay.
So typically what the Fool card does in a deck of many things, as Alexis might know, the Fool means you lose 10,000 XP, discard, and then you have to draw again. For you, however... Oh dear. You gain the ability to cast the Control Weather spell and can do it at will without requiring material components. However, in order to cast this spell,
Right?
you have to kneel down and put your hands on your head in a dramatic pose. So as long as you're posing like this figure on the card, you can cast
Okay.
Control Weather, which for the record is an 8th level spell.
Oh.
Well, now I really want to draw a card.
And you can do it at will.
I just became a very powerful tiefling.
Um,
You have to be all dramatic to do it.
Oh, absolutely.
and then Alexis, you're going to draw.
Oh, come on. Alexis, give me one of your draws, please.
She only said one draw.
I did only say 1 draw because
So you can say a number from the top or you can just tell me when to stop.
3rd from the top.
3rd from the top. You're passing by the Jester. You're passing by the Star. And instead you are getting the Void. Now, ordinarily, my friends, what the Void does
That was the one thing.
is
That's the one.
the typical use of the Void in this is this black card spells disaster. Your soul is drawn from your body, contained in an object or a place of the GM's choice. One or more powerful beings guard the place when your soul's trapped. In this way, your body's incapacitated. Wish spell can't restore your soul, but it can let people know where it is, blah, blah, blah. So that's what the void is in the deck of many things. But you have drawn from the deck of wonderful things. So, where is the void? I want to hold it up as it happens. Suddenly, in your hand, a gemstone appears. This gemstone seems to... Actually, make an Arcana check. That is true. Literally, they drew nothing but terrible cards in the real deck.
You're really bad guy.
Arcana, you said?
Arcana?
19.
All right. You recognize that inside of this gemstone, you see a little figure, like, knocking to get out.
Okay.
Ooh,
And
yeah.
you believe that this is the result of a minimus containment spell. You think there is someone trapped in here, and you can release them. In fact, you feel that the condition for their release is that somebody draws this card, and you're up until this point, this gemstone could not have been broken until the condition was resolved, but you have fulfilled it. So if you would like to break this gemstone, you can do it.
Can I know anything about the person in the gemstone?
Make a perception check.
Okay.
You were rolling
14.
14. Okay. Tell you what. In that case, roll a d20. I don't know who's in here yet. I didn't expect these cards to come out so soon, but they got
5.
pulled real early. 5, huh? The figure, as you look at it, very appropriate for another stream, seems to be not really bipedal, but more winged and long-necked, and sort of dragony in nature.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Do they look like they would give me a cash reward for releasing them?
Make an insight check.
12.
You have to think that whoever is released from this would be grateful for their release.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Right. So, I mean, maybe it'll just be an object that I can sell. Okay, yeah, I'll release them.
You'll release them. All right.
Oh boy.
So you crush the gem.
Oh boy.
Have some fun, she said. This is me having fun.
Suddenly, in your kind of spreading up over your hand, a gargantuan ancient dragon fills this entire tent, stretching the already high, sort of with its wings kind of picking up. And Sue goes, "Oh, be well. No, sorry, this is actually an exclusive area." And Eliwick goes, "Awesome." And the little toad on her shoulder goes, "Quack," and kind of just hides inside of her clothing. And this huge silver-scaled dragon. Oh, also, all of you, the temperature drops a good 20 degrees ambiently as this cold, radiating silver dragon appears and sort of... And then sort of shape changes into a silver dragon-born man. Oh, my. I'm out.
Yes,
Very good.
Yes.
Yes.
You're welcome. That's thanks to me. Yeah.
Oh, thanks to you. Well, then you have my many thanks indeed. You have no long. How long I was trapped in said minimus containment. Actually, how long was I trapped? What is the local year? Does anyone know when we are?
Alexis would she'll answer. I don't know it, but
Okay.
Alexis would know what year we're in.
Great. Apparently I'm not on my own plane, so that number meant nothing to me. But fine. Okay. Okay. Wow. Oh, man. Oh, it's really cool to move. Haha, even in a tiny body.
Yeah.
Sorry about your tent here. Sue goes,
I mean-
"Be well, it's fine.
I mean, you can probably like pay to fix the damages and stuff, right? Like it's fine.
Pay? Oh, well,
I mean, Maybe
Yeah,
not
you have
immediately. Of course, once you get
money.
home, you
I
can
I have a very large hoard of treasure.
Yeah.
I believe it was all taken by some wicked adventurers who then cursed me in the imprisonment that you've freed me from.
Oh.
For
Oh, well,
many-
that's truly awful.
That super sucks
Yeah.
for you specifically.
That's
Yeah.
that's unfortunate.
Oh no.
Okay. But
Ellie, you were just carrying around this poor trapped and
Yeah. This poor guy. Poor.
oh,
guy.
you were just carrying me around. Well, thank you for breaking me out. What was the condition to release me?
I drew a card.
He'll make an Arcana check. Actually, I think Silver Dragons are pretty. I think they're pretty good at this. Ancient Silver Dragon is proficient in Arcana with a plus 11. Yeah. Okay. Natural 20. Oh.
nice.
Wait. Did you draw from the deck of wonderful things?
Yes.
Oh!
Yes, I drew. Yeah.
That's so great!
Yeah, it's super
Congratulations!
great. Yeah, thank you
Eliwick's
so
like,
much.
Hi, I'm Eliwick Tumblestorm, greatest bard in the multiverse. It's my deck. Yeah, it's cool. That's amazing. Wow. Wonderful. Well, I owe you a debt, I believe. I think that's the rule. I provide you a boon. Sure.
A boon? Okay.
Yes, of course. Whatever I can do, I shall provide you a boon.
Okay, yeah. Can the boon come in the shape of a lot of money?
Sure.
Okay, let's do that.
All right. Are you, you just want money right now, or you want more money later? What? Also, what
I mean,
currency do you need? Is it
Can
simply
we do
gold?
all of
or
the above, or
Oh.
yeah, gold, yeah.
Gold? Okay. Alexis, I will tell you that the currency that the Feywild runs in is not pure gold.
Okay, then whatever. Alexis would know what it is.
Fey gold, fairy gold, gold that has emotion tied to it.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's a bit harder to come by. I cannot
okay.
create that for you with a wish spell, but
Uh-huh.
right. Very well. I will gather for you gold.
Okay, and there's probably like
Fey
an
gold.
exchange counter.
I'll
somewhere.
you know you need Fey gold. It's normal gold is worthless. Okay. I will do what I can. Give me just a moment to sort of think of this.
No, take your time. Yeah.
Are we near the Feywild by any chance?
Yes. Yeah. We're.
Then I shall venture to the Feywild, and I shall bring you gold.
Okay. Should we like exchange contact info, or like how are we going to find each other later?
If you do not trust me to return with gold,
No,
I will.
Not
I
that
will,
I don't
I will,
trust
I
you.
will
It's just we can
remain
make
with
it
you
easier
until
later.
the boon has been repaid, if that is what you prefer.
No, you absolutely like. If you need to go somewhere, go somewhere. I'm just saying that it'll make it easier to exchange later.
Right now, I'm
No.
very disoriented because I was in
That's-
a minimalist
that makes
containment
sense.
spell for a long time. But
Yeah, that must have been really rough. Yeah.
it was a bit.
Yeah.
That's fine. Let me just sit for a second.
No, of
if
course.
that's
Yeah.
okay.
Take it.
Just take a moment here.
Yeah. Somewhere on the ruined tent would.
What
be
is your
fine.
name, by the way? Who are you?
I am Alexis Rosenell.
Alexis Rosenell. My name is Enog Icebreath.
Okay.
Enoch,
Nice
your
to meet you.
skin looks great. What was your skincare routine?
Well,
in
it's scales, and it's simply being trapped in stasis.
there? Alexis, maybe you should
Yes.
try that.
No, thank you, rival. Thank you.
Rival.
Recommend it.
Rude.
Stop saging.
So she needs Fey gold. Well, I've been in weirder situations before. He seems to be like talking to himself, probably because he's been alone for so long. No, I owe it. I have to do it, but it's a tall order. But I suppose it's hard to get out of a thing, so the quest must be worth it. Oh yes, indeed. That's probably the better way for it. Ah yes. What an odd group you all are. That man was dead, I think.
Maybe, probably,
Hmm.
right? Yeah, he was.
Well, Alexis Rosenell, I will get you your fate. You simply want money. You don't want a service performed. Sure. I will get you your fairy gold. Don't you worry.
Yes, thank you so much. I super appreciate it.
Where are we? Anybody know what plane we're on? Anyone know where? And so he kind of, I think.
Witchlight Carnival.
Oh, they're still doing that? Oh.
Once every 8 years.
Actually,
it's very
hold
exclusive.
on. He has never heard of this.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
What is that? I mean, I
An
assume
exclusive
it's a
carnival that
Carnival.
happens once every 8 years.
great. So, who knows how many of these I missed? Didn't even know about. Oh dear. All right. Okay. Well. And with this, Ellie says, "Anyway, I'm putting my cards away.
Oh, come on, Ellie. You had fun with me. You know it. Let me just take one.
If you're good,
I'm very good.
well
I
then,
don't believe you.
maybe in the future you'll get your chance. But
Maybe
I
I'll
want to
find-
tell you, I know that you didn't. Actually, maybe you would have. Did you try to read them?
No?
Okay. Make it. I guess she'll just do an insight check because she thinks you're probably lying. She rolls a natural 20. That was on 2 different dice, by the way. The Silver Dragon's rolling this, and Ellie's been rolling this. She'll go. She'll do a full Larry David. Okay. Because if you,
You had fun, admit it.
you're saving against. You saved against all my spells, but if you try to touch this, you also have to save against her psychic. Never mind. Don't worry about it. I had fun, yes, but I was mad as hell.
See, wasn't that a good deed? You had fun. We're supposed to behave like
That's
children
not a
again.
good
Who's
deed.
more childlike than this?
I was probably going to let all of you draw from it. Now it's everyone but you. And those two, because they've been really quiet today.
I will say she did eat dirt.
I know. That's the only reason she might have a chance to draw from it next time.
Lots
try
of
to-
wonderful micronutrients in dirt soil anyway. I don't know what you all are complaining about.
She puts it in her pocket, and then she looks at you for a second, and, like, she seems to, like, do some shenanigans to try to, like, put it somewhere else now, more secure. So, Max Mika at this point goes, so maybe we can continue with the tour now?
Yes.
Let's.
Tour? There's a tour? There's places other than one place? I can look at multiple places?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wonderful. Then I shall join you, Alexis. I am your humble servant until I have fulfilled your very unspecific request of a lot of fairy gold.
I mean, do you need me to be more specific?
Actually, that seems like a trap, so let's go with no. Sure. And he'll sort of just, wander. He'll kind of just step in thing with you. He's wearing just kind of like, sort of like some kind of like magey robes, and he's in the form of a silver dragonborn, but of course he can, he can get big. So, Max Mika goes, so we're adding one to the VIP group, and Sue goes, be well, radical acceptance. Very well, then let's continue with the tour, but we really have spent a lot of time. There's not much left. We'll probably have to make some decisions about what else we do for the rest of the carnival. And with that, as she kind of leads you all back out, Alexis, you do have a silver dragonborn who is pledged loyalty to you, following you around. Just for your frame of reference, what you have is a CR23 spellcasting variant silver dragon. So
Cool.
he will
Cool.
he will help you. He will help you get your fairy gold that you want.
Cool.
Yeah, that's the boon he will perform.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Or he'll help
And
you.
David can't have any.
It's not for you, David. You weren't brave and drew a card. Okay, so we're gonna end tonight's session there. I do have to say that the cosmic joke of you, KJ, drawing the void is the funniest thing that's ever happened.
That's what I'm saying. Like, my biggest fear, I've never every time you've given me a chance, I've said no because I'm scared of that specific card.
Yep.
And the one time I actually draw from this damn thing is, ugh.
But you drew from the deck of wonderful things. And I think you see the gimmick of it, that every bad card became good. And every good card, you didn't draw any good cards, so you didn't see. Did they become Bad?
No.
Did they remain unchanged? Probably unchanged. So, with that, we end with our party still not having made it through the entire carnival. Because of a prank war that happened and because of some extremely good rolls at disadvantage because she was doing this all through her insert of the bard shenanigans. That's why it was disadvantage, all her things to mess with your mind.
I said too when I rolled well, I was like, I should have not rolled well. That's bad.
Yeah. No, what it did is it led her to eventually make you eat dirt. She was just on the sidelines, just like doing stuff here, doing, trying, and every time kind of the movie off screen as we like cut back to the flashbacks of this was just Ellie Wick, like in the crowd having like glamored herself, just kind of strumming and kind of casting a spell at you. And,
Love it.
You just like, I'm okay. And her just going,
I'm fine.
hell. And the little toad on her shoulder going, exactly. But that was great. So with that,
By the way, can we give a shout out to the 2 groups of raiders who came in?
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Welcome for coming in.
you.
I hope you've enjoyed. Yes, I am what is called a mean DM.
Usually
about what 8 days ago, I did a session 0 for some players.
Oh, that was so mean.
Where I told them ahead of time, we're going to do a dragon campaign. Roll up. You have to bring a 20th level character to this thing, and I gave them all these rules for like you could take artifacts, take whatever. You got to build a 20th level character, and then I let them present them and said thank you. I took them away and said these are the villains. You're all just playing the dragons who are level 1. So I'm not a good person except for this game where I'm so nice. I'm nice to a fault. No matter what happens, even when the spawn of Kyus might be it somewhere, they're not. It's all just a fun prank. Somebody should run like Rise of Tiamat or like Rage of Demons and just have it just like literally be like it was a prank, it was a goof. At the end, just descend into Avernus and it's just Zariel's joke. It's a joke. I just took El Terrell. It's a joke. So great. So we are now going to do something, and everyone is encouraged to vote on this. We are going to run a little poll here in chat between 2 options. This is the final voting phase for the Halloween Extravaganza one-shot on October 31st in just a few short weeks. Basically, what we're rolling here is... I gotta get this thing pulled up here. Hold on one second. Oh my god. There we go. Cool. So there are 2 options for this poll for this Halloween extravaganza. One is a gothic horror set in Scotland, and it is going to be using the Call of Cthulhu rule set, and it is going to kind of be eerie and weird, and the format of it is going to be, if this wins, format of it's going to be kind of different and strange. Option 2 is the much simpler option. It is a Halloween-themed, super lethal dungeon where anything can kill people in ridiculous ways, in just out of nowhere. I've run this dungeon before. Everyone comes with multiple characters, and it's like a full meat grinder. It's kind of like Blood from a Stone, but just turned up to like 99, as they're just going in and just immediately like, oh, you stepped on the wrong thing, you know, et cetera, et cetera. Very grisly, very stupid. Yeah.
For new folks
please.
Watching, Blood from a Stone is our Friday night game where our dungeon master gets to be as cruel as he truly is in his little dark heart.
I feel like that's a theme on this channel. Book and Dagger, you were right. The Fleecing Schemester. Actually, you know what? The Fleecing Schemester would vastly prefer you all do the horror, the Dungeon of Death. He would prefer that. He would prefer to watch just ridiculous kills as like a highlight reel. The Fleecing Schemester is a messed up character. All right, so, So with that, we will begin this poll. And yes, you can now vote on that.
I am petitioning for Scottish gothic horror.
We all know that.
Scottish Gothic horror.
Now, so
New people in the chat don't know that.
I know, but you've done it enough. Also, I guess I should say we have voted 2 rounds already. The Gothic Horror one is ahead 379 to 287. You can use channel points in this voting process. If you do so, I would say go ahead and spend them because it's fun, but also, like, maybe hang on to some if you want, because someone did float the idea that that we should allow people to trigger horror surges off of channel points. And I thought that was a brilliant idea. It's going to be well, Andrew suggested that actually.
Why would Andrew suggest that?
Because he's not on the game anymore.
Of course.
So basically, the idea is that
so
it will be extremely expensive to do so.
Now I don't feel bad about Andrew getting his character taken away from him.
It will be extremely expensive to do so. Oh, you suggested that? I thought, he just was into it. Apparently, Pierce said that. I thought Andrew had some weird suggestion that
Pierce,
that felt
I
out
don't
of
feel
character.
bad for you losing your character either.
Wow, so the voting is way less intense here. I don't know if it's the... Pierce, is the voting less intense because you are out of channel points? Because I think also if we ever do one of these things again, we're probably going to have the channel point system. The extra votes will be more expensive. Right now it's only 200, and we have people with like in the 5 figures.
You're
of channel
abstaining. Thank you.
But it is looking like unless there's a 120 point late surge for super lethal dungeon crawl, I think it's going to be the Scottish Gothic horror. Which will be interesting. But yeah, so basically we might try to institute some way where a channel point can, I think it is basically if somebody does that, the next time a Nat 13 rolls, it's automatically a horror surge, no roll required. That's how that's how we'd have that function.
Explain what a horror surge is.
I'll explain a
We've
horror
got
surge.
question.
Yes, so in our game on Fridays, which I do encourage everyone to check out, although if you don't like scary and disturbing stuff, not so much. Natural 13s are very important. Anytime somebody rolls a natural 13, we increase the dread clock. It's a clock that goes to 13. We also roll to see if a horror surge occurs. There's a 1 in 13 chance. If a horror surge happens, monsters kind of just suddenly, it's like in a horror movie, suddenly just monsters, zombies knocking on the door. There's all sorts of crazy different monsters. So far, we've had horror surges of like mannequins that came to life. Those were really messed up. We had a horror surge of when they went to like they were in kind of like a marshy area, and like hippocamps, sort of horses with the back of them are fish. They stormed them. We had zombies was a clean one. There was another one, right?
At the theater. During the play.
The topies, those weird little creatures with kind of like these little undead monsters. The first one was they triggered it when they were trying to pick a lock to get into a strip club, and instead the doors opened and zombies poured out, and they were all in the
stripper zombies, man.
Yeah, it was some silly stuff there. So basically we may give channel points the ability to guarantee that the next natural 13 means a horror surge happens. Oh, that's right. Couldn't start the truck. Oh god, I remember all that was crazy stuff.
Oh yeah. That's
that was so long ago.
It really is. Oh, that game has so much has happened. Also, I guess I won't say spoilers from last week, but we had a pretty major. We had a long time character death on Blood from a Stone. In that game, every time you survive 5 sessions, you get to level up and you start at 0. So we had a first level character who'd been there a long time and was very kind of like connected to other characters and such. Met a sad fate, although might not be the last we see of them because of the nature of how they died, which is wonderful. So anyway, it is looking like the Scottish Gothic horror. I think there was 1 vote for the lethal dungeon crawl, which I respect, but I'm sorry about it. For those of you who were supporting that, really for the 1 person who was supporting it, I will say the fleecing schemester was with you. And as the clock ticks down with 51 votes, we are at Boom. Yes, with 51 votes, the final tally is 431 votes for Gothic Scottish Horror and
Gothic Scottish
288 for a super lethal dungeon crawl. For those who wanted the dungeon crawl, I think that is probably going to be a Thanksgiving special, and quite frankly, that is a more disturbing milieu for it. If I'm being honest, a Thanksgiving-themed dungeon. You will never think of breaking the wishbone again the same way. All right, so with that, yes, I encourage you, if you like our channel, please follow us or subscribe if you have the inkling to do that. If you're unaware of it, you do get a free subscription if you have Amazon Prime. You can link your Amazon Prime account and your Twitch account and subscribe for that. I think if we get like 7 more subs before any subs we have expire and aren't redone or whatever, we'll get more. We will get some more emotes, which will be fun because we now have some new series and stuff to put emotes in for. And so that is I think that's it here. Check us out on Friday for Blood from a Stone, Sunday for session 1 of Here Be Dragons, and then back here next Monday for more Witchlight Carnival madness and silliness, where there's an ancient silver dragon walking around on your guys' side. So that's always fun. Would any of you like to mention anything? She's so mad she didn't get to draw.
Gonna run around now trying to do like obnoxiously good deeds in front of Ellie whenever I can.
Oh, here, let me make sure I get this puppy over to these other puppies. Yeah, exactly. Do you guys, anybody want to plug anything, mention anything? Wonderful. Follow all of our wonderful players. You can go to our About page. All of their socials are on there for our many streams and et cetera, et cetera. But thank you all so much for watching. We really appreciate all the raiders coming in, checking it out. And until next time, we will simply say, be well. Good night, everybody.
Well.